Let's just move slightly to the northwest and talk a little bit about China. We've said for several years now that we wouldn't be standing up a business in China, but we are starting to see demand. How do you see our business developing in that region?
Well, China is certainly an interesting market. Everybody's interested in China. Number one reason being volume. We do expect by the end of the decade, early the next decade, that maybe as much as 30% of the world's cars could be built in China. There are challenges with that market, though, in terms of pricing and kind of the fragmentation of the market. And what we didn't want to do is try to prosecute that market from what I call bottom up through the very kind of fragmented. There's hundreds of tier ones, that fragmented tier one base, and going after the domestic Chinese OEMs. We think, taking that approach, while China might be 30% of the global volume, it's probably only about maybe 10% of the revenue opportunity. Right. Now that said, 10% is still an interesting number. Our approach really is to pursue China through capable global tier one partners. And we've already had success, by the way, with Chinese-backed OEMs as well as through some of our global OEM customers shipping into the China market today. Our approach really is to partner with tier ones that really have some specific, I'll call them integration value propositions that will allow us to, we think ultimately, not only penetrate Chinese OEM joint ventures, but also the fully domestic homegrown Chinese OEMs without necessarily, driving our ASP so low that it doesn't become interesting anymore. And this path also helps us to defend and protect our IP. That's another concern with trying to prosecute the China market from the bottom up, is it protecting your IP becomes a very difficult proposition. So from our point of view, from a Selfish Seeing Machines point of view, we think there's a right and a wrong way to really go after China and recognize those benefits while mitigating the risks I've described, and so we're prosecuting that path.
So a very real increase in addressable market, but we're taking a balanced approach to get there.
Yeah, that's right. We want to protect our IP. We want to get reasonable ASPs because it is an additional layer of complexity and cost for us to go after that market. That cost is mitigated if we can do it with existing strong tier one partnerships where we gain a certain level of reuse, right? And so that's how we're approaching it.